Don't you just think about what will happen in maybe 5 or 10 years, what it'd be like?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be around, I'm sure.
No,
But you know, you do, you have that in your head, you know,
Yeah.
like the grandkids are just, you know, growing up. You know, it's
Yeah.
something to worry about and pray about.
your grandchild.
Yes.
You can imagine.
Sunday evening when that guy was here. Gosh, we learned so much that was going on that I didn't know. I'm a little pastor know about it over, but we learned a lot from him speaking and telling us what's going on in the medical church. You
Yes.
wouldn't believe the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to know.
Yes.
Yeah, this makes me angry, you know. Then they try to use the Bible to justify it.
Oh, yeah. But I remember the other day, that one of the movies that we were watching, that was a SWAT, or I don't know how to call, remember? The people that, one of the policemen was a woman. And lived with another woman that was her ex-wife or whatever. And the man that was in love with her friend. So it was 3 people. That's the thing that is going on now.
What that's going on, they got told that Sunday, that they got pastors that were LGBTQ+3.
Well,
So that's what I
yes,
was
yes,
asking him.
yes.
What was that? Yeah, that's what he said, that's what they doing.
Yeah. Yes.
They got Methodist pastors, they got 2 wives.
No, we need somebody to take notes.
Yes.
So, who would be, I know you said.
I can't because my hand shakes
And
back.
Robert said he can't.
Well, Lily.
What?
Have you taken notes?
No,
No, we-
I can, but
Okay,
maybe nobody will understand.
okay,
Linda,
No, I can't.
see if Jean Barrington will come.
Gene could come in,
Gene or Robert might could, because he writes all the time,
Yeah, Robert, I thought,
Robert,
yeah, he
yeah,
writes, but he
yeah,
said
he
he
believes
doesn't do it.
Yeah, why don't they, yeah.
He's supposed to come, because he's supposed to bring Gene.
Yes,
oh yeah, he's coming.
So, but he writes all the time.
Oh, yeah, when you look at his bulletin, it's all full of Friday.
Right.
so,
But I'd probably put no in where it should be yes, or maybe.
Oh yeah, take the time and I
I
mean,
know that,
the time and how many attempts you had. How many, and then your votes, how many votes you got? How many no, how many years?
Believe it or not, my daughter, we had to like, we're gonna this morning.
but they need somebody to watch the counting the votes. Anybody can do that, right?
Yeah.
Because they have 2 people coming, probably 1 or 2, but they want 1 or 2 from our church. So Linda, you want to do that to make sure they count it right, or you want to?
Yeah.
Whoever,
Yeah, they can do it. I just sit there.
okay,
Now,
you will sit there anyway, but we need 2 people identified and named. That's about it, I think.
Lady where she had been here a while, she didn't know.
So how are you now?
Fine.
Fine,
Fine.
doing okay?
No problem.
Have 2 appointments now, one on Friday and next one is Wednesday. But the doctor said that probably he's gonna ask for another, bone marrow.
She's 5 months.
Yes, bone marrow, yes, maybe. It will be depends on how we get the doctor. Well, the numbers are going down every time.
Sunday.
We just go every month to check the blood. And the last time, he has been, and he said that we had been there 10 months ago. They
My son always says.
continue going down, 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 so that one said that probably next appointment, which will be,
I just got it.
that's Wednesday.
It's amazing when we get those for you start looking at them, especially if you don't get to see my, this so fast. I've got a headache, we had to go to Bank of America this morning, it was there all morning long. Oh, no. And Lisa was there with me, my daughter, and it's just. There's just so much when.
Oh, yeah, so I'm gonna do many things to. So you have to wait for somebody to take you.
Yeah, then you go in there and get ready, so I said they put you in a room, shut the door, you're in there forever, they call it. Lots of stuff, you don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah. Thank goodness Lisa was with me. Yeah, I would have gone by myself.
Which bank is it?
Bank of
Bank
America.
of America. Oh, they don't have a lot of people, it's all computers when you go in there.
Well, see, Lisa,
But my question is, why they have to do a big lobby if
Yeah.
with fire station
Yeah, well,
when
it's like
there
no
is
people.
only one computer? Only office, I just can't.
Huge building with one person.
I just stop here.
All the rest are computers.
Yes, and all the offices are in darkness,
Yeah,
nobody's there.
Yeah.
So no, that's
Why
another.
they spend that money?
I know.
well, I think they built it way back when we had people that could, had to help us.
Right, I
You know,
guess, yeah.
and then
They
I know
still have the same old building.
we went into, today, we went into a room and they shut the door and I thought, I wanted to hurry him up so bad.
No.
Yeah, because we was in, you go in and you know what you want, what you want done with it, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then they just, And I shouldn't have said that, they were very nice.
Yeah.
And they just want to make sure they're gonna make the right steps.
Well, that's true,
Yeah. So then it comes back on them,
yeah.
they make mistakes.
Well. No problem, say it's gonna take cheap enough.
You'll be here, but now we'll be here next week. It's used, it's used.
You see them?
Said it was coming.
Oh, okay.
Jan, did you ever heard of Jan and Nick here?
She said she might come, but she said, I don't know you.
Yeah, that was, she said, I'm both know anyways.
Think I hear a clock.
I heard some doors slamming.
Yeah. That may be.
Maybe it's around 5 o'clock, so
Well,
yeah, we was early.
I wanted to come and so start, we got to go home and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they not, the superintendent don't get here, they don't start at 5:30.
Right.
We gonna go at 5:30, superintendent ain't come yet.
Right.
Yeah, the superintendent's coming, but you get on before it get dark. But not that many people having, I don't, it can't take but a minute to count the votes.
Yeah.
That's Wayne and Carol.
Wayne and Carol.
This is 5 o'clock, so it's 5 o'clock.
Right.
What is
Or
that song?
maybe
5 o'clock?
Wayne can get the
That's the
notes.
song when you said 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
it
can
reminded
you
me of
ask
the song.
Wayne?
Oh, what they say?
To take the note, it's good for that.
No, I don't know. It's 5 o'clock. I don't remember the other words, but the tune of 5 o'clock.
We still go 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
I get my that.
Oh, Pastor, do you have the address for that clinic to give it to one of the ladies that works with me? They have no insurance. Do you know the
Yes, yeah,
address?
it's Foresight Clinic.
Wanna go in? Have to go in here? Okay. I will.
Hey, lady.
Hey.
Remember you going down, Paul?
Yeah, you look down, you don't look at it down. Come on,
Yep, but she's gonna,
you
I
can
don't
see
know how
them,
we made it this
you
long.
can see them when you get down.
you're gonna shoot in the tunnel,
So
right?
even Lou said, watch where you're going.
We just sit here. And you.
Everybody's in on it.
Wayne can sit next to you. But I'm glad that you cannot take this apart, right?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
I might get really mad.
Okay.
Okay, and the other,
Forsythclinic.com.
yeah,
I think.
okay.
So how you doing, Miss Carol?
Okay,
Let me try them in the.
Hey, Carol, hey. Nice to see you. We don't have to do anything.
Do the same, however.
Wait a minute, let me get over.
Hey, sweetie.
Okay.
Oh, forsythcommunityclinic.org.
for side community,
Clinic.org.
or,
I'll send you a link in the text.
okay.
This is crooked. Into.
But even if the people don't live in Forsyth County, they can go anyway,
It's probably so.
probably,
Yeah.
okay.
Hello.
They can go. Hey, how are you? Oh, fine. Hey there.
All right.
You need to come out to the house and look at some of the stuff that's growing. Think about you all the time.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah,
It's about over now. They're fading,
yeah,
they're fading away.
yeah, it's
I
spring,
know.
yeah. We have some now, hydrangeas are, the problem is with the deer. They come and eat
Ah,
lots. On
yeah,
the hydrangea, one side it's almost gone because the deer, ate.
That's so
So it's
great.
not fenced in.
no,
Yeah.
and the plants that they don't like, they are very expensive,
uh-huh.
very
The
expensive.
perennials, they don't need. Most of the
Oh, okay.
perennials,
They don't like it.
they are-
They don't like it.
so that's what I'm doing now. But I love hydrangeas, you know?
Yeah, yeah, oh, yes, yes. Had to be, your plant is beautiful. You know that when they did the roof, I took everything inside the garage. And for 3 days, I forgot the plant,
Oh,
and I never, well, all
You gotta
got,
call.
and I said, well, what I'm gonna do? Clean the garbage? No, let's put water and see what happens.
Yes, right.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Very much.
yes,
don't forget
Yes.
to put water.
You wouldn't be able to read my
That's
writing. Of
unbelievable.
course, I have to have it enlarged to see it.
Okay, nobody, you know, I'm hoping Jean Barry can probably do it. If not,
What about Robert? Where's it?
Robert doesn't want to do
Robert
it
said no.
for some reason. He takes notes all day long, every day.
Well, Evangeline has good writing.
Yeah, he probably
Probably.
spent last week, so.
and I myself volunteer you to do the notes.
No. No, my writing is terrible.
Yeah, I can do it, but I just want to be faster, usually stays.
Yeah,
sharp all
yes,
of it.
yes.
And Miss Lou would be the right person, but her hands,
Man, she too bad.
Vicky, you want to do it? Take notes?
See, I took,
Yeah, she can do it.
see, you took one.
Just,
But we-
just selected her.
Yes,
We are looking for a place.
right, Rob.
I have to say, I see you take my hand.
You want to do it?
My handwriting.
That's good note taker.
I don't either.
Awful.
I probably could, yes.
I can't even read it.
If somebody says what to write, then you can do it, Jack, right? Yeah. Okay, then I will ask the DSA, tell us what to do. And he will say this is what you write,
Yeah.
then it will be easy for you, okay. You have to nominate somebody.
And when it looks really pretty,
Mhm.
I don't ever get to see it. You need some paper.
I guess my hand has some food. I don't have.
It's part of mine.
Yeah.
Where is Robert?
But still,
Yeah, they're not now.
You want to go to,
That is the Yes, you want to have that.
Like that.
You don't have to run someone.
oh.
I guess you want to know the number of people.
We should.
Yeah.
Should be, just say they are.
Maybe 4 more, supposed to be 4 more. Will be done.
Okay, Jean and Robert and
Jean and Robert and
maybe
Jean Barrington.
oh, that's right. But Harry and, yeah.
You know, she coming, right? They say she coming. She said something, she had made up her mind.
Who did that?
Chan.
Jan.
Jan. Oh, that's right, she,
Well, Linda, where were you and Jean Sunday for lunch? We had no desserts.
We must be right. Oh,
well, we had, at least, we had, go to Cartersville. My niece was having a shower.
Okay.
And that was in Cartersville, so we had to sit at 2:00, and you know, it
Yeah.
takes over an hour to
Yeah.
get.
yeah.
So that was the reason that, you know.
Yeah.
And then Jean didn't want to stay, because I didn't stay.
Well, tell Jean we had no desserts.
No, we did good.
Ruin their day. They missed that.
I didn't really want to go to Cartersville, but you know,
listen. Yeah.
you just can't not.
I know.
But it's my sister that passed away.
Is that?
Somebody had to be there to make sure.
Yeah, and they think I look like her anyway, and they, you know,
That is so.
and they make over me. And I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lillian, I sent the link in your text,
Oh,
but it says for Forsyth County residents.
Ah.
Okay, but you can call them. There might be options in Gwinnett County. I'm sure there are.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, you start visual out.
Yeah, Forsyth was behind every other county in
Yeah.
public medical care. It's not public, it's private actually. Because of the lack of public care, these people got together and started it. Did you ever hear anything back from Martha's daughter?
Not this week. She said she would call me this week because she wants to look at the social hall and see how they want to
Oh, okay.
arrange things,
Okay,
but I haven't heard from her yet.
yeah, if you could give her my number, and if she wants to meet with me there, when she comes, we can be there with her. Or anything, any other support.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her now. They have something over there.
Bit too hot, you want it to go?
I think so. Yeah.
Turn
It's
down.
not that hot.
On the,
stuff in, I didn't even know something.
the people that are coming, they just do that 5:30 or do you?
5:30, that's the time. That's the time we vote. To vote.
Yeah.
But I assume they're coming a little early.
There's more.
Yeah, where
Where are they coming from? Because they're maybe in a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they're supposed to be here by 5, that's what he told me,
Yeah.
coming from Gates, so
Yeah, they're the
I'm looking at my text and email and
The Norma said he was coming, and we say something.
Yeah, he did say something.
I don't know.
There'll be 5 more. They all should be. It'll be before 5:30.
Today was the first day of school. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah, they all in front of us.
This early in the year.
In Forsyth or Gwinnett?
Tomorrow, Forsyth is tomorrow.
Yeah, I went by school today and there were not many cars and
We used to start, I think Labor Day,
Oh, yeah.
Memorial Day and Labor Day.
That's the old days, Vicky.
That was
That was a long time ago.
Back then, we went to junior high school. Now they go to middle school.
yeah, they called me over.
Back then, we had a library, now it's a media center.
Yeah, back those in there.
And back then, we had a librarian, now it's a media specialist. You're behind time, Vicky.
Come on,
I
baby.
looked on the internet the other day, and my junior high school has a Facebook page. Just, can you imagine?
Yeah,
Junior high.
my high school had one.
Junior high doesn't exist anymore.
So they used to say they had maids, but now they call them house takes.
No, that one.
Maid, they used to call them maid, now they call them. house takes.
Well, now we had custodians.
Oh, I do. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, we used to have janitors,
And
but now
sometimes-
it's custodians.
Yeah, that's what they call them, everything got a new name, same old child,
I would never,
a new title.
I bless it, all day long, I wouldn't have had anybody else.
People, crazy people can't do anything that they want.
That's true, exactly, yeah. That was.
The condos now, I don't. And then somebody else. Take a long time.
There are more cars out there today than some.
After all the chain that we put in, we saw still a car parked here. I don't know how they got inside
I think they'd have to come through that driveway of the house.
the house. Right?
We
You
didn't
have to
want
put chain back.
change that.
Well, now I have pulled through there and parked,
Yeah, that is
Uh,
convenient way to do for people to come to do
and
something.
I'm just running in here to get, like, to make.
Yeah.
And then go back.
That's why we don't want to close it off, but at the same time, these people are doing.
It's using. Yeah.
Yeah, that chain putting it up and down is not a fun stuff to do. And that's what Robert tried to escape that.
Yeah.
Tried to take a U-turn without taking.
No, you.
He went into the
I was
ditch.
here that day.
Yeah.
He went into the ditch.
Ah,
He tried to take a U-turn that front entrance. You don't take a U-turn there.
Okay.
Thank God, I mean, he didn't get hurt, the car didn't have any damage.
Now, I took him home and he came back later when AAA came up
Yeah,
there to
AAA.
take him out.
Some reason it's very high traffic today. That even out,
Yeah.
unusually high traffic. Because of the Gwinnett County?
Yeah, bro, that's why we went to Gwinnett area.
Okay, so,
That might be it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was after 1:30, so the high school might be.
Come nice.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
how we doing, guys? How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
How are you?
Good
to see you. How are you? Good to see you. We don't be traveling all over the world.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
have there. Yeah. How are you, brother? How are you? How are you? We didn't count on traffic and we didn't count on GPS taking us somewhere other than.
We got here.
We're good. We're good.
You want to hear?
Sure. I wanted to, let's see,
Maybe
how many more? How many
few
more?
more.
Okay, we'll give them time. We'll give
Yeah.
them time.
What do you- I mean,
Not a problem. Not a
you
problem.
can take a seat there.
We'll get everything set up for us.
Is that table good enough?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect.
Yes.
We've got a few minutes. I've got about 10 minutes. How are the cooking classes going? We still doing
We
that?
haven't had a volunteer for a few months now.
Oh,
But we've had a couple of people in Spain, so it's wanted to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Liliana, will work on that.
Okay. I have a friend that is, she's from Peru.
Mhm.
And maybe she can do some
Okay.
Peruvian plates.
How wonderful was that?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
so-
to talk to her.
They invite different ethnic groups to come in and they,
Members.
yeah,
Like that.
yeah, they do meals together and everything.
Yeah.
It should be 14.
Matthew, no, you're appointed clergy here.
No, it's not really.
Yeah, yeah. As appointed clergy.
The lot in other churches did, and some churches allowed the pastors to vote.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these two churches that you know. That's why I was.
Are you part-time local or?
Part-time.
Okay, so you're not lay supplied. You were lay supplied, yes,
Okay.
but part-time local. Not that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Is this all of us, you think? Or?
A couple of more minutes, because I don't know who else would show up. They were on till 5:30.
You got it.
We can select the, you need a note
Yeah.
taker, right? What is it called? Secretary, Gene said he was.
Who is our secretary?
Gene Barry, yeah, he has a paper and.
We'll give it just a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna check it. My phone. You told,
Yeah.
your husband, I'm gonna pick up a gene.
Yeah, there's a couple of that here.
And I had two up here.
See you later.
It'll be a. Maybe, gee, I need this, Sundays.
They turned it on. Yeah,
I don't. I want to work, but stop. Maybe may not. Something like that.
I mean,
Can I call her?
yeah, that, yeah, I mean, exactly.
We're thinking, everybody's on over Friday. This thing is out. And she goes, okay. I don't like it. Yeah, you know how the mom's going to be. She's like, oh my God, the next round.
Well, yeah, she did.
They probably come out here.
Pregnancy. They started
Good try.
good try, not all together.
He, this.
Is there a church pianist here for us? When I was here, I just remember how well you did and how beautiful you did.
I'm sorry.
It was fantastic. So.
Yeah.
Sweet spirit of church. First Sunday in the Hispanic congregation, are they still meeting? Good. They had come over and did community.
They do it every first Sunday. Then we have lunch together the last Sunday. And on the 4th of July,
On the fourth Sunday.
and on the 4th of July, we had a combined service here.
Did you do the English and Spanish?
Well, it was actually the Sunday after. Yeah, the both preachers spoke for 15 minutes, and one of the Spanish guys that speaks translated
Yes.
both sermons.
Yes, more people.
I did a mission trip.
Alan Houston, he's gonna come. Alan
Several
Jones.
years ago, and was asked to,
They are.
to speak in more.
Mhm.
And that was the first time I've ever preached and someone translated into Spanish while I was doing it. And it was a challenge. It was a challenge. It really was. The young lady that translated, she was on her mission. And she had just graduated from UGA and her minor was in Spanish. But she was fluent in Spanish. She went on the law school and she's doing a lot of
Oh, I
great
know.
work.
You're probably wondering how it is.
The Hispanic community. But I would say so, and then she would look at me and she goes, I don't know Spanish words. And
Well, this guy.
and so she would then ask, can you use another word? And so we went in the Spanish speaking people there were there with us just laugh. They laughed because of how much I was struggling. That's
Yeah.
what
Well, this translator speaks very fluently.
I've been blessed to be able to do a lot of travel. Especially in Europe. I am fascinated that people will speak 3, 4, 5.
They do.
And go to countries.
Yeah, but they just, and speak those languages fluent.
Yeah.
And I find that intriguing. I have a hard enough time with English. I can't imagine, being able to speak a second language.
That would be very intimidating, wouldn't it?
I think it would be.
Some of the Spanish joined us in the choir, so we sang in Spanish and English. And it was all, I chose all patriotic songs.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
And I just know within the Hispanic community, especially those who move into,
I would love to.
being American, going through the process. They're so proud. I mean, they're so, they're, new. It's hard. It's just-
Oh, you could have heard the Spanish speaker that day talking about how glad he is to be here in this country.
Make sure you look. I don't think this. Yeah. we grew up and so we appreciate it as much.
No, we don't.
And don't realize the blessing. You know.
I gave the example that day, Brittany Griner, who used to never stand for the national anthem. But after she was in Russia for a while, she did. She learned the hard way.
Not a lesson I would wish on me.
She does.
But I saw recently, report on, ESPN, that she's taking the lead. She's not playing right.
Yeah.
I saw that. And she said it was because of PTSD. From that experience.
She learned the hard way.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't wish that on them.
Yeah, we should have been nice to be there.
All right, friends, I have 5:30 and to keep to our schedule. We will call our church conference to order. We have 2 items to take care of first, so we need to elect a church conference secretary. And I believe that's you.
Gene Barrington.
Okay.
I'm taking those.
He's going to take notes for us, and if you would approve him as your church secretary, say yes.
Yeah.
Oppose, and you can't oppose, so congratulations. And Matthew, I believe that what we will need to do is we will need to elect 2 tellers. And the teller's responsibility is to collect the ballot, and then after collecting the ballots, you will count the ballots and store the ballot with Brian. Okay, so can I have, do we already have 2 tellers, or do we need to volunteer some tellers? You can do one and you can do one, okay. So we have our 2 tellers. If you would approve them as your tellers, say yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for volunteering, and we'll give you a little bit more direction. As,
Liliana and Wayne.
there you go.
Jane and Liliana.
Perfect, perfect. So as we move into this church conference, let me open us with prayer. Let's go to God. Holy and gracious God, for this sacred and holy time together, we give you thanks and praise. As we come to this time of Christian conferencing, to make a decision for this church and its future. God, we pray that you pour out your Holy Spirit on us in a fresh and a new way. So we may be guided not by what we might think is right for the church, but more importantly, where you're calling this to be. And so guide them, direct them, and fill us with your grace and fill us with your presence in this time together. For we ask this in Christ's name, and together we say, amen. All right. My name is Doug Gilreath. For those of you who have not had a chance to meet me, I am your district superintendent. I can no longer say that I am your new district superintendent because I have survived my first year of being a district superintendent. Can't say altogether that I know what I'm doing now. I'm by far no expert, but in doing the very best that I can. I am surrounded by an amazing team of people who keep me in check and keep me informed. And one of my partners in this ministry is Brian Smith. Brian is our new pastor. We can say new pastor. Brian is our new pastor at St. Paul United Methodist Church in downtown Gainesville on Washington Street. As you know, in our district, we have 3 St. Pauls. So you got to be very careful about which St. Paul you're referring to. Brian is at St. Paul Washington Street. Then we have a St. Paul Summit Street, and we have St. Paul Lumpkin County. Brian was originally, before that, he was at Red Wine in Gainesville, but moved this year. Brian also serves as our missional specialist in the district, which is a resource for local churches as they dream, envision for mission, for ministry, for discipleship, for evangelism. Brian is the person who comes alongside of a church and works in cooperation with churches and gives guidance to that. In addition to that, behind him are the full resources of the North Georgia Anglican Conference, who take those ministries very seriously as well too. We are here today for one purpose and one purpose only. We are here at the request of your administrative council for a church conference for a vote to either disaffiliate or to remain United Methodist. Piedmont United Methodist Church has kind of been in a unique position. We scheduled this church conference, but you have not yet had an informational meeting. But I am confident through Mathew's leadership that you have been informed. So what I would like to do before we register you and before we cast our ballot is to ask, are there any questions? Any questions for me? Okay, Brian is going to read the ballot for you, and as he reads that ballot, I've got a few things to share with you as far as explanation is concerned.
Okay, so the ballot reads, do you want the Piedmont UMC Church to disaffiliate from the United Methodist Church for reasons of conscience regarding a change in the requirements and provisions of the Book of Discipline related to the practice of homosexuality or the ordination or marriage of self-avowed practicing homosexuals as resolved and adopted by the 2019 General Conference, or the actions or inactions of its annual conference related to these issues which follow as provided in paragraph 2553 of the Book of Discipline.
Okay. So what I explained in informational meetings, and I don't want to muddy the waters, I'm not debating, I'm just sharing, just so we're all very clear about what we're voting on. So in paragraph 2553, in my humble opinion, as a United Methodist minister and as a district superintendent and member of the appointive cabinet of the North Georgia Annual Conference, and you can quote me on this if you want to. Paragraph 2553 is one of the worst pieces of legislation that has ever been approved for our book of discipline. As a reminder to you, paragraph 2553 was added to the 2019 Book of Discipline. In 2019, we had a special call general conference to vote solely on the issue of human sexuality. In 2019, the traditional caucus of the General Conference voted to continue to keep in our Book of Discipline that no self-professed practicing gays or lesbians can be ordained, and that our clergy are not allowed to perform same-sex marriages. So that is the 2019 Book of Discipline. My friends, the discipline has not changed. The discipline continues to say that no self-avowed practicing gay or lesbian can be ordained in the United Methodist Church, and none of our clergy, it doesn't matter race, not race like, but they can't perform ways. Local pastors, part-time, full-time local pastors, deacons, elders, provisional elders, none of us can perform same-sex marriages. This paragraph also says that you can vote for disaffiliation if your annual conference is not upholding the Book of Discipline. I can share with you without question that in the North Georgia Annual Conference, and I can only speak on behalf of the North Georgia Annual Conference. I cannot speak on behalf of what another annual conference is doing or what another jurisdictional conference is doing. In the North Georgia Annual Conference, our Bishop Robin Dees, has emphatically said that she will uphold the Book of Discipline as it appears in the 2019 Book of Discipline. So that means that in the North Georgia Annual Conference, there are no self-avowed practicing gays or lesbians being ordained in the North Georgia Annual Conference, and our clergy are not allowed to perform same-sex marriages. If one of our clergy perform a same-sex marriage, they are then brought up on charges and they will be dealt with accordingly as the discipline lays that out. So hearing from me, the Book of Discipline has not changed. What we are here to vote on today, I remind you, we are not here to vote if the United Methodist Church has suddenly taken a strong left turn toward more progressive theology, because the reality of that is that the majority of your clergy are what I would consider to be centrist who lean tradition, especially in our district. I would also remind you that we're not here to vote on property. This is not a property issue. Many of our small membership churches have been told that if you do not disaffiliate, the North Georgia Annual Conference is going to come in, close your church, and sell your property. That is absolutely not true. We do not have a list of churches. As long as churches are viable, and when I say viable, I say financially, also with membership. You have a wonderful ministry going here. You have a worshiping community here. You have paired and joined with a different congregation, which you have an ongoing ministry with. You are doing church the way that other churches should be doing church. There is no plan whatsoever. Piedmont United Methodist Church is not on any list whatsoever to close. There's no reason to close this church. You're a vile and viable church, and I appreciate the ministry that is taking place here. I appreciate Mathew and the leadership that he has given here. You have embraced him, you have loved his family, and continue to love his family. And for that, I am very appreciative. So I want us to be very clear about what we're voting on here today and what we're not voting on here today. If it is a property issue, there are other means of disaffiliating through different paragraphs in the Book of Discipline. However, that would have to be saved for a different day. We are voting on what is before us and what the General Conference and our Board of Trustees have provided us with. So that is what we're voting on today. If you wish for Piedmont United Methodist Church to disaffiliate from the United Methodist Church, then you vote yes. If you want Piedmont United Methodist Church, and it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but if you want Piedmont United Methodist Church to remain United Methodist under the umbrella of the United Methodist Church, then you vote no. Okay? All right. Do you have anything you'd like to add to that? Or
No, I think that was well stated. Thank
okay.
you.
So the way that we will proceed from here, if you have mobility issues, stay where you are. You don't have to come up here and stand in line. But what we're going to do is invite you to come up, and you will need to bring a photo ID with you. Now, we've gotten a lot of mileage out of this one, Mathew. So you can bring your Georgia issued driver's license, a Georgia or any state really, just an ID. You can bring your passport. We've had people bring their passports. You can also bring your concealed carry permit because it has your picture on it. It's veiled with your name. Don't show us your gun. Just you can bring that as a part of your ID. You will present your ID to Brian, and Brian will then check your name off of this list. If for some reason your name is not on this list, Mathew has sent out the petitions. Just give us a moment so we can find those in the email. Okay? Do we have any questions about how we proceed from here? All right, my friends, y'all are coming to come up.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
Now we wouldn't come.
yeah, okay. Thank you.
I know. I like to move around.
I got you.
Thank you, man, very much.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank
It's a wonderful thing you do, and thank you for doing
Thank
that,
you.
using your time.
Like to be
We
here. Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Let's not be bashful. Y'all want to get home and eat supper. I know you do.
Here's your ballot.
It should be in my
Is that in right here? Okay. As long as we can put on it, we're good.
I don't want to lose any of this, so I'm gonna put it right there. I want to put it somewhere else.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, ma'am, very much.
And what do you look?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, please come around.
She says.
Oh. Okay. Very good. Then we go now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep, thank you, ma'am, very much. Yeah. There you go. Okay, yes, ma'am, thank you. Sure. Oh, perfect, okay. Robert. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, ma'am.
Whatever works.
My girl. Always.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Don't be sisters.
Mr. Rogers, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, sir.
And I don't have to think about that. Y'all have to say son-in-law.
Chuck,
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah.
thank you, sir.
It's like, check it out.
That one kind of fell on me a little bit. I didn't think
Thank
that
you.
for a second.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
That's me.
Thank you, sir, very much.
You can also walk.
All right, is that everybody? Okay. All right, guys. Have we all cast our ballots? All right, if our tellers want to pick those up, that would be great.
Any others?
But we'll sit right here.
Okay.
We're just giving. We're going to go with 15. We'll just your yes in a pile and your nose in a pile. And
Okay.
get a count. Now,
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, y'all's work is done.
You get paid today or?
You get paid today.
Okay, thank you.
They get paid today, okay? Yeah, we should get the paycheck. You get paid today for her work.
All right, folks. So 15 ballots were passed out, 15 ballots returned, 14 voted for this affiliation. One voted against, it carries with a 93.3%. So let me give a little bit of direction. This is for our gentleman that is taking notes. On Saturday, November the 18th, our bishop has called a special call annual conference to where churches will be ratified for disaffiliation. Following December the 18th, it is imperative, and I have that here. It is absolutely imperative that you follow through with the disaffiliation agreement. There are certain steps that have to be taken. Instructions are given. If you have any questions about the disaffiliation process, all the information is on the conference website. Your leadership can direct you to that. Mathew can direct you to that as well too. Effective depending on if you're approved for disaffiliation, because that comes as a surprise to some people. The annual conference reserves the right to either ratify or not to ratify disaffiliations. We do not know at this point if churches will be voted on individually or if they will be voted on in groups. We will know that as we come to annual conference. But if you're ratified for disaffiliation and all of the steps are completed for disaffiliation through the disaffiliation agreement, then you would effectively be disaffiliated on December the 31st. In January, I will set up dates to meet with churches individually at the conference at the district office, where you will come in and all the documentation will be signed, and that will release you from the trust loss. Okay. All right. Any questions for me? No. Okay. So I need to see the either the lay leader or the administrative council chairperson, and I also need to see the chair of the board of trustees. Is the chair of the board of trustees here? Mathew? Okay, I need to see you before you leave, in lay leader or administrative council chairperson.
Well, here, she's admin. She's admin conference.
All right, you're sitting right there. I'll just get.
Genius day, yeah.
But that concludes our church conference. Brian's going to close this with prayer.
God, again, thank you so much again for your love and your grace and your mercy. God, thank you for the church here at Piedmont, for the ministry that has happened, for the ministry that's going on now. And God, as you lead them into a new season, may you continue, God, just pour your spirit here and allow this place to focus on discipleship, focus on loving the community with the love of Jesus Christ for the purposes of letting this good news, this grace of Jesus to be heard, to be worshiped, to be, and all the things that they say and all the things that they do. We give you all the thanks and the praise, the glory and the honor, God, for who you are. In Christ's name that we pray. Amen.
That's it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
This is
Sir, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
See you.
But I'll do the liquid. Which one?
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Pleasure meeting you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, please. It got to be a hug for some reason. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna. We'll.
Listen.
We'll talk.
Thank y'all very much. Thank you, man.
He's out there hanging with his dog. Oh, gosh. Because he didn't understand enough and he didn't want to vote, just to vote. So, yeah, one of the dog is babysitting.
The United Methodist. I wasn't born into it, I wasn't raised in it. Because it's the most inclusive Christian church out there. And
My hearing was so good.
I just feel like that inclusiveness is being taken advantage of.
Right.
And it breaks my heart.
Yes.
Yeah, you never know. In the future.
You don't want to coming along.
Well,
You are.
here's the scenario.
Yeah.
Telling us what.
The UMC United States. More than likely to affiliate with Global.
Yes.
Okay. The global is bigger than the UMC United States.
Mhm.
The global church may say, you can't use the term the United Methodist Church.
Probably.
And then all of the other associated churches can join the global church and they're back to UMC's again. That's a very likely scenario.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You have to be this way like that, this way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll see something.
Life isn't always that
Yeah,
easy, is it?
exactly, yes.
Who's going to work?
Did
Okay, all right. You tell him hi when you're out there. Tell him he should have been in here. He should have been there, that makes it a dog.
I doesn't know that. I'm doing
Yeah, so he didn't want to vote just to vote.
Right.
So he.
That's fine, that's good.
Recording.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
And this whole thing is just heartbreaking.
It is.
It's,
Even at me upset.
Hmm?
Sunday. You want to hear
Yeah.
something everything this week. But you know I still want to, you went to college.
oh, yeah.
You got to, yeah.
That 2 years in a row, I know exactly.
Yeah. Oh, so